Hello students, welcome to lecture number 5. In this lecture we will study relative permittivity or dielectric constant. Either you call it relative permittivity or dielectric constant, both are same thing. Before defining permittivity, let us consider a question. What will be the magnitude of the electrostatic force between two charges kept at the same distance? It means there are two conditions. The two charges are kept at same distance, but the conditions are, we can say the scenario are changed. The first scenario, they are placed in vacuum, and the second scenario is they are placed in some other medium like water, glass, etc. So what effect will be produced? What we will observe about the force, electrostatic force of interaction between the two charges that we are going to observe, right? Let us see. What is the answer of this question, which just now I asked as a statement? The answer is the force between them is greatly affected. For example, consider two charges placed at the same distance in water and in the air. It means there are two conditions before you. The two charges are kept first of all in water at the same distance, and they are kept at the same distance in the air. Let's see what happens. We observe that the force between the two charges in water becomes about 1 upon 80th time of the force between them in the air, right? This is because absolute permittivity of water is about 80 times as large as the absolute permittivity of free space. It means the value of absolute permittivity changes according to the medium. Okay, that's why the force between the two charges when they are kept in water becomes 1 by 80th time. It means force reduces when the same charges, same amount of or same magnitude of charges are kept in water after keeping them in vacuum. Okay, the reason is written over here because absolute permittivity of water is about 80 times, and we are knowing that the value of K, that proportionality constant or Coulomb's constant, is what? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, or 1 upon 4 pi epsilon if medium is other than air, free space or vacuum. So therefore the value of epsilon naught, or we can say the value of absolute permittivity becomes 80 times. So it since epsilon naught comes in the denominator, so if it increases, definitely the force decreases. All right. So now let's see the next what we are going to observe. Permittivity is a property of the medium which determines the electric force between the two charges in the medium. This is the definition of permittivity, or we can say the how we can understand what is the permittivity. We can understand with this statement that the permittivity is a property of the medium which determines the electric force between two charges in the medium. Okay, if the two charges are kept in the medium, so how much electric force is reduced, or with what factor the electric force, or we can say the electrostatic force of interaction reduces, that is determined by the permittivity. Okay, now let us have a general example. Okay, if we have two charges Q1 and Q2 placed in vacuum at a distance r apart, okay, we can write Fv, electrostatic force of interaction, as Fv equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon r square, right? If the same pair of charges with same distance with the same separation or same distance kept in other medium like water or wax or any other medium, paraffin, any other medium, then what will happen? The Fm can be written as, because M stands for medium and V stands for vacuum. Okay, So electrostatic force of interaction will be written as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 divided by R square. You can see epsilon naught becomes epsilon. Okay, let us divide these two. So we will obtain FV by Fm is equal to epsilon upon epsilon naught. This particular ratio will be stored in capital K or also can be stored in epsilon R. Epsilon R, I am repeating again. This particular K or epsilon R is called as dielectric constant or relative permittivity. Okay, it means the ratio between electrostatic force of interaction in vacuum to the electrostatic force of interaction in medium is stored in K or epsilon R. These K or epsilon R are known as the dielectric constant or relative permittivity. So we can see these two are changing. The absolute permittivity is changing when medium is changing from vacuum to any other medium like water, glass, any other. So therefore the force will also change, and with what factor the force will change? The factor will be K or epsilon R. This factor is called as dielectric constant or relative permittivity, right? Let us move to the next. Now, a very important part of this electrostats chapter, that is Coulomb's law in vector form. Let us understand the Coulomb's law in vector form. Actually, the Coulomb's law is all about the electrostatic force of interaction between the two charges. Okay. So, if the Coulomb's law is about the force, definitely force is a vector quantity. So, we can express that particular Coulomb's law in which form? Vector form. And now we are going to observe that how can we express that Coulomb's law in vector form. Okay. Let us read it out what is written. In this section, we will learn about the Coulomb's law in vector form. From mechanics, we know that force is a vector quantity. So, force has a magnitude as well as direction. Just now I have told you. Coulomb's law is the law of electrostatic force between electric charges. Like other types of force, electrostatic force expressed by Coulomb's law has magnitude as well as direction. Okay. The direction of force between two charges depends on whether the charges under consideration are like charges or opposite charges. It means the pair of charges are opposite in nature, like this, or the pair of charges are having the same nature, like this. Positive charges, here the charges are opposite nature, are having the opposite nature, like one is positive, another is what? Negative. We can see if the charges are having opposite nature, we can see the force of Q on P will be in this direction, because Q will apply the attraction force on P. Similarly, P will apply an attraction force on Q in this direction. If the pair of charges are having the same nature, both are positive charges like this, definitely force of Q on P will be in this direction because of repulsion, and force of P on Q will be in this direction again because of repulsion, because both the charges are positive in nature, right? So, since we are talking about the direction, so definitely we should express this scenario in which form? Vector form. Let us move to the next. Now, out of those two, I have taken one example, that is the two pair of charges we have taken, plus Q1 plus Q2, it means both are having same nature. Definitely this force exerted by Q2 on Q1 will be in this direction, and force exerted by Q1 on Q2 will be in this direction. Okay, so this denotation stands as force exerted on 1 by 2, remember. Similarly, this denotation stands as force exerted on 2 by 1, right? Okay, so now how can we express? Side by side, I want to tell you, these are the force vector. Now, these are the unit vectors which are showing the directions from this, we can say unit vectors showing the direction from 1 to 2, unit vector r12, and this unit vector r21 is showing the direction from 2 to 1. That's why it is written as the unit vector r21, 2 to 1, and this is 1 to 2. So that's why it is in this direction, 1 to 2, and this is in this direction because unit vector is showing the direction from 2 to 1, right? How can we express this as vector form? So we can write force exerted on 2 by 1. Force exerted on 2 by 1, you could see over here, on 2 by 1, it is in this direction. Okay. So how can we write? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. And this force F21 is exerted by 1 on 2. It means force exerted on 2 by 1. So therefore we are taking the displacement unit vector as r12 because F21 is exerted by this charge q1. Okay, so we are taking the distance from, or we can say the displacement vector as 2 to 1. Okay, from here to here. Okay, so distance from 1 to 2. Okay, so that's why r12. So now we can write it as what? Vector F21 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square, and unit vector r12. Remember, unit vector r12 and vector F21 both are in the same direction. You could see over here, r12 and F21 both are in the same direction, towards right. Okay. Now, next to it, similarly, force on 1 by 2, electrostatic force of interaction on charge q1 by q2 will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square. These things are same as over here. And unit vector r21, because unit vector r21 is in the same direction as F12. Okay, you can see in this figure. Okay, r21 is in the same direction as F1. Clear? So this way we could express the Coulomb's law in which form? Vector form. These two expressions, this one and this one, both are in which form? Vector form. Okay, and these are called as vector form of Coulomb's law. And remember, this vector form is in the form of unit vectors. Okay, in successive topics we will learn these particular expressions in the form of displacement vector, also in the form of position vectors also. But first of all, I want to tell you, you can see from the figure, unit vector r21 and unit vector r12 both are in opposite direction. So we can write unit vector r21 is equal to minus of unit vector r12. So therefore it can be replaced with this, with which sign? Negative sign. So therefore we can write F12 is equal to minus F21. We can write vector F12 is equal to minus F21. It means what? It means the forces which are exerted by charges q1 and q2 are in which direction? Opposite direction. Okay, so therefore they are which kind of forces, and they are acting on two different bodies, that those are charges q1 and q2. That's why they are which kind of forces? Action and reaction forces. Okay, so Newtonian mechanics is followed over here. Thanks a lot for this particular lecture. We'll proceed further for the vector form of Coulomb's law in terms of position vector and also in terms of displacement vector. Okay, so wait for the next video. Thank you so much. Study hard, work hard, and best of luck.